All right, folks, it's time to dive into the buzz surrounding the Chicago Bears, especially after the official release of the 2025 NFL schedule. Now, there's been a lot of chatter. One question in particular has been floating around. Will Week 18 be a must-win situation for the Bears? Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. The Bears are set to face off against the Lions in that final week, and the stage is already being set for a high-stakes showdown. This isn't random either. For the better part of a decade, the NFL has made it a point to schedule divisional games in the last week of the regular season. Why? Simple. They want games that matter. They want drama. They want playoff implications. Hanging in the balance, last season, we saw exactly how powerful this formula can be. In the NFC North, the final game between the Lions and the Vikings was more than just a rivalry. It was a battle for supremacy. The division crown was in a line, sure, but so was the number one seed in the entire NFC. The stakes couldn't have been higher. It was a game with everything on the table, and that's precisely why it was flexed into the coveted Sunday Night Football slot. Everyone wanted to see it, and man, did it deliver. The Lions came out swinging, playing some of their best football of the season, and in the end, they walked away with a record of 15 wins and just 2 losses. That victory not only sealed the division title, but also clinched home field advantage throughout the playoffs. The Vikings, meanwhile, despite a strong season, had to settle for the 5th seed. It was a titanic clash, a game that people will remember for a long time. So the big question now is, could we see a similar scenario unfold this time around? Will the Bears and Lions once again find themselves in a do-or-die battle to close out the regular season? I'm not saying we're definitely going to see teams flirting with 14 or 15 wins, but one thing's for sure, the outcome of that game could very well decide the NFC North. And beyond that, there's a realistic chance that a wild card spot could be up for grabs. Maybe it's the Bears who need that win to sneak into the postseason, or maybe it's the Lions trying to play spoiler for their division rivals. We've seen the Bears in that spoiler role before, more times than we'd like to admit. But this year, the hope is that they'll be the ones with everything to gain, not just there to crash someone else's party. The beauty of Week 18 is that it's not just about one game. Across the league, matchups are designed to carry heavy implications, whether it's division titles, playoff spots, or even draft positioning on the line. That's why the NFL sticks with these intra-division clashes. They guarantee emotion. They guarantee intensity. Every snap matters when you're going up against a rival who knows you better than anyone else. Switching gears for a moment, another topic that's been making the rounds is about Ben Johnson and whether he'll let Declan Doyle call plays during the preseason to give him some coordinator experience. It's an interesting idea. Some head coaches do allow their assistants to handle play calling duties in exhibition games as a way to develop their skills. But if I'm being honest, I'm skeptical that Johnson will go that route. This is his first year as a head coach. He's stepping into a role that demands his full attention, balancing the responsibilities of being the leader of the entire team while also managing the offense directly. For him, those preseason reps are going to be invaluable, not just for the players, but for himself. It's a chance to get a feel for how to juggle it all in real time, with the headset on and the clock ticking. Sure, down the line, if he gets more comfortable in the role, maybe he'll consider giving an assistant a shot at calling plays during a preseason game, maybe in the 4th quarter of the final matchup. But right now, I'd be surprised if that happens. Johnson needs those live reps just as much as anyone else. The learning curve for a new head coach is steep, and every opportunity to gain experience matters. Now, let's talk about the NFC North race. Everyone's got their predictions. Some are backing the Bears, hoping that this is the year they finally break through. Others are riding with the Packers, banking on their young talent to take the next step. Then you've got the Lions, who are coming off a strong season and looking to build on that momentum. And of course, the Vikings are always lurking, ready to make a push. Who do you think is going to come out on top? Drop your picks in the comments. CHI for the Bears, GB for the Packers, DET for the Lions, and Min for the Vikings. Let's see where everyone stands. Looking at the schedule, certain games immediately jump out as must-wins. But the funny thing about football is that sometimes the games you circle as must win end up being the ones you stumble on, while victories come from unexpected places. Still, if we're being practical, there are 4 games that the Bears should absolutely target as winnable. The Raiders on the road, and home games against the Saints, Giants, and Browns. Win those 4, and suddenly you're in a great position. Even if you go 6-7 in the remaining games, that puts you right in the mix for a playoff berth. Of course, things never go exactly as planned. If you drop one of those should win games, you're going to have to steal a victory somewhere else against a tougher opponent. That's the nature of the NFL. You got to be ready to adapt, to find ways to win when it matters most. As for individual matchups to watch this season, one that I'm really excited about is Derrick Henry going up against the Bears' run defense. Last year, Chicago struggled mightily to contain the run, especially after Andrew Billings went down with an injury. His health is going to be a critical factor. If he's back to form, the Bears' defensive front will be much more formidable. TJ Edwards has been a reliable presence, and there's hope that Tremaine Edmonds can bring a spark of energy and athleticism to the unit. Adding Grady Jarrett to the mix only strengthens that front seven. Stopping Derrick Henry is no easy task, but this could be a statement game for the Bears' defense. Another matchup I'm keeping an eye on is Tyrique Stevenson's showdown against the Commanders. Stevenson is a player who's expected to take a big step forward this year, and this particular matchup will test not just his physical skills, but his mental toughness as well. The Commanders have a receiving core that can challenge any secondary, so Stevenson's ability to stay locked in will be crucial. In week 1, there's also a fascinating coaching duel on the horizon. Ben Johnson versus Brian Flores. Johnson has had the upper hand in their previous encounters, but this time the dynamic is different. Johnson is now wearing the head coach's hat, juggling a whole new set of responsibilities, while Flores remains laser focused on his defense. It's going to be intriguing to see how that plays out on the field. The Bears' secondary will face another huge test when they go up against the Bengals' receivers. That's a matchup that could define the early part of the season. Can the Bears hold up against one of the most explosive passing attacks in the league? That's a big question, and the answer will reveal a lot about where this defense stands. Now, regarding the bye week, I'll be honest. I'm not thrilled about having it so early in the season. Personally, I'd prefer a bye week closer to the middle of the year when the physical toll of the season starts to pile up. But hey, it is what it is. On the bright side, the timing works out for me because I've got a wedding to attend that weekend. And it was going to be a logistical nightmare to juggle everything. So from a personal standpoint, it's a win. From a football perspective, though, an early bye isn't ideal. You want that rest period when it can really help your team recover and gear up for the playoff push. Speaking of which, there's been some chatter about the team's schedule release video feeling a bit lackluster this year. Some fans felt it lacked energy and creativity, and that maybe the focus was misplaced. I haven't had a chance to watch it myself, but based on the feedback, it sounds like they might have missed the mark. Hopefully, that's a sign that they're dedicating their resources to more important areas, like actual football operations, rather than social media fluff. One last thing before we move on. There have been questions about Loveland and his potential this season. He's facing an uphill battle. Recovering from a shoulder injury that kept him out of minicamp is no small task, and missing those practice reps can be critical, especially for a rookie. He's reportedly dropped 10 to 15 pounds during his recovery, which is significant, considering he weighed around 248 pounds at the combine. That means he might be down to 235 now. He's not even able to lift weights yet, so regaining that strength will be a gradual process. Early on, I expect him to be utilized primarily as a pass-catching tight end rather than someone who's asked to do a lot of blocking. Veterans like Durham Smythe could take on more of the blocking duties in the meantime. As for his long-term potential, I still believe Loveland has what it takes to develop into a top-tier tight end in this league. It's just going to take time. Injuries are a setback, but they're not the end of the road. The key will be patience and smart usage. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Chicago Bears. And don't be shy. Drop your thoughts on the news in the comments below. In a surprising turn of events that sent ripples through the sports world, Papa Leon 14, a figure known for his passionate and often polarizing takes, made headlines with an unexpected declaration of admiration for the Bears. During a press interaction earlier this week, the iconic commentator expressed respect and even a hint of affection for a team he had rarely praised in the past. There's something different about the Bears this season, Papa Leon 14 stated, his voice carrying the weight of genuine conviction. They've shown heart, discipline, and a level of tactical awareness that demands recognition. This comment caught fans, analysts, and even members of the Bears organization off guard. Historically, Papa Leon 14 has been openly critical of the franchise, often questioning their leadership, roster decisions, and overall strategy. For years, his commentary painted the Bears as a team stuck in mediocrity, incapable of reaching their full potential. However, this recent shift in tone suggests a possible transformation in both the team's performance and public perception. Many believe the Bears' latest displays on the field have begun to change the narrative. Their gritty victories and improved consistency have earned them new respect, and Papa Leon 14's remarks may mark a turning point in how the team is viewed across the league. Social media lit up with reactions following the statement. While some fans welcomed the endorsement as validation of the Bears' progress, others viewed it with skepticism, unsure whether Papa Leon 14 was sincere or playing into media drama. Regardless, his words have ignited fresh discussions around the Bears' chances this season and the evolving dynamics of team rivalries. As the season unfolds, all eyes will be on whether the Bears can live up to this newfound praise, or if Papa Leon 14's unexpected compliment will remain a curious footnote in an otherwise turbulent sports narrative. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Chicago Bears, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.